Hi everyone, my name is Kendra. This is it is my first video. I've been wanting to create this channel and touch on subjects, things like alcoholism, jail, prison, or whether it be keto diet or new products I'm trying, or abortion subjects, or rape victims, or child abuse, or domestic violence. I suffered a lot in my life, and I've been through a lot, and I guess you would say I'm quite resilient. I would just like to share my story with you guys, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. Like, um, I don't think some of these subjects really do get touched on enough, like mental health. What is panic attack, or what is alcoholism, or will people have an idea, or why don't they quit, or why can't they quit, or do they not love me, or just different things like that, to share my story with you guys. I did hesitate for quite a while. I'm not gonna lie, I am scared to even post this video. I don't know how to even edit anything at this point, but I'll figure it out. I just want to relate to you guys, and I think and spread a lot of awareness out there. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what is alcoholism, and then we're going to touch on the keto diet, which I know you guys are probably sick of hearing about. But the reason that is because I'm currently in ketosis, and I currently am detoxing from alcohol. I'm on, it's now 3:30 in the morning. I turn the camera on. I cannot sleep. I'm exhausted. I have some panic going on. You just can't probably see it right now. But it's definitely there. And I stopped drinking alcohol at the same time that I cut my carbs down to 20 grams a day. So I'm going to touch on that. If you guys ever sometimes ask yourself, why can't my mom, or why can't my brother stop drinking, or whatever substance abuse it is, I mean, I have never personally used illicit drugs other than marijuana when I was a teenager, but nothing, major. But I have different things. I suffer from mental health issues, as far as like panic disorder, a touch of maybe even bipolar. I'm not sure. They've never really told me. But so the questions maybe you guys ask yourself is, why can't they stop if they don't love me, or I'm gonna disown them? That's probably one of the worst things you can do for your family, or your family member, or your friend, is to just completely give up on them. Because a person that's going through those cycles of alcoholism, at least for my experience, it is a vicious cycle. You get so far in depression that you just can't see anything further, and you want to change, but you don't have the motivation, the drive. You just are so depressed that you don't want to exist anymore. And so I guess kind of to sedate that, or whether it be boredom or loneliness or whatever the issue is, people can't just stop. It depends on what kind of mind frame the person's in. And so I struggled for the last 12 years with alcoholism. I did quit for about a year. It took me about 2 weeks to detox. It was pretty horrible. I don't advise anybody to abruptly stop alcohol or benzos. Those are the only two drugs, alcohol and benzos, that could be lethal if stopped abruptly. So if you feel that you need medical attention, please check your local detox area, or just call around, or I don't know what state you guys are in, and try to get a detox and have it monitored. However, I've been in the medical field, so I know how to monitor myself. I am currently taking a benzodiazepine. For those of you that don't know about detox, you do if you are detoxing, a replacement would be, for a short-term use, would be a benzodiazepine, as it hits the same receptor called the GABA, at the same as alcohol, so it gives the same effects, and then it helps, because it could be lethal. So I'm experiencing extreme insomnia for the last 2 nights. I'm usually asleep by this time, passed out drunk, or at least by 10 o'clock. But also I'm feeling the effects, I think, of the keto diet. I started at the same time that I stopped alcohol. I think, when if you're trying to stop, you're gonna have to find different activities. You can't just sit at home and just twiddle your thumbs or whatever. You're gonna have to, when you get past that detox and that fatigue goes away, you're gonna have to get out and find other things to do. I don't care if it's sitting at the library all day. Those are methods that I chose to do. I didn't have a job. I would just sit at the library and read, and just work on my me being sober. And you definitely have to switch up your game plan and stop thinking, well, if my life was this, or if it was that, or I would stop, or it's because of this. It's always an excuse. I think I did quit on my own before, and I just did these last 2 days. We're going into day number 3. Anyways, so you definitely have to change up your whole routine, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the temptation's there. I think when people go to rehabilitation, they don't get that temptation while they're in rehab, because there is no alcohol. You can't, or drugs. You can't go buy it. Well, maybe in some cases they could, but you're in a different environment. And the rude awakening is, in reality, everybody drinks. It's a social thing. Not everybody, but everybody can, everywhere you go. If you go in a restaurant, you're going to see somebody drinking a glass of wine, or whatever the case may be. You can go right down to the corner store, and it's always available. I think it's more available than anything else. So you're going to have to, understand that just because it's there doesn't mean you're just going to have to say no. Take a time out and either remove yourself from the situation, or say a prayer if you're spiritual, or things like that. That feeling will go away and subside over time. So now I'm going to touch on the keto diet, why I chose to do it. It has worked for me. I actually just gained a bunch of weight back because I drank. I did keto about 2 years ago and lost 40 something pounds. I enjoyed the diet very much, and I just let myself go, and then started drinking for 2 years, and then get on the scale, and then there's 40 more pounds there. So the thing with keto and detox is that the keto diet, actually, there's been studies and research that prove that the ketogenic diet can actually help remove some of that excess fat around the liver. That's called fatty liver, from alcoholism, and help with insomnia and things like that. There is research studies that I found that actually comparable to people that were two groups of people were detoxing from alcohol. One group was fed the ketogenic diet versus the other group was not. The one group that did consume the keto diet while detoxing required less benzodiazepines and suffered less side effects of the whole detox phase. So that's that. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about it on YouTube. There's just so many videos out there. But I'm just going to touch on it real brief. If you guys are curious about how I lost all the weight that I did too, just the basics of keto and some recipes and things like that. I'll share them with you. I basically taught myself. No, you do not have to count macros. No, you do not have to do, um, you do not have to count calories. You can eat at 12 o'clock at night as long as there's no carbs in that. You can eat whenever you want. You can eat whenever or how much you want. I mean, it's the only thing you need to know is to keep your carbs down to 20. And the hardest part is figuring out what to eat. So that's just a clarification. All these trainers on YouTube, they're like, you got to count this. No, you don't. And I'm proof because I did it, but now I'm not. You'll see as my journey goes. Um, so if there's anything that you guys would like to hear me touch on, again, this channel is going to be touching on different subjects about um, how I'm getting through it, and I'm going to track my progress. As you'll notice, the longer I'm sober, you're going to notice some more appearance changes with me. I noticed it last time, that I quit, and I was really happy with that. So, if you guys want to know any more about alcoholism, just don't give up on your loved one and try to understand the best you can. Just because they do it doesn't mean they don't love you, and it probably hurts them even more knowing that they're hurting you. At least that's how it was with me. I just couldn't stop. But I had to figure out what was making me depressed and what was making me feel like I needed to, drink, or you have to get to the root of the problem. And it's just more of a self-awareness and willpower. It's the same thing with keto. If you want to lose weight, you have to put the work in. So, but just know that there's people that suffer, and it's just a vicious cycle. And the person just has to stop. I mean, so, and it doesn't mean they don't care about you. It doesn't mean especially with me, I had got so low in my life that I didn't even care if I lived. So who cares if I thought about not drinking? What was the point in quitting? That was my mind frame. But now I'm in a better environment, and I'm starting to see the light, and start thinking more about my goals in life, and instead of sitting in idle. So, all right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got some information out of that, and I'll see you next time to keep my progress. I'll show you my progress, and we'll do it each day by day. Bye.